Perfect. Perfect.
What's up, family? What's going on? How y'all doing? You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. And I like to say what's going on. Who that? Who that to the family? Who that? Who that? Who that, baby? It's preseason. It's some kind of football, I tell you what. It's some kind of football, family. It's some kind of football. What's going on, fam? Like to kind of hit y'all with a surprise stream. You know, I'm known to do that. I'm known to do that, family. I'm known to hit you with a surprise stream every a time or two. But anyway, welcome to the Sports Coma, Big Q and the guys. In my traditional fashion, I like to say, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. And we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, and I'm chiming in with your Sports Coma 404 is in the building. Who that, baby? Who that to all the beautiful black and gold people in the chat? Man, it's game day, baby. I know I had to kind of jump in here, family, and say what's happening to you. And kind of chime in right quick with some news and note items before the game. I know y'all full of beer, those who can drink. For those who can drink, I most know that you are certainly imbibing today, to say the least. Hopefully you kind of equated a bit, put a little chicken wings with it or something, kind of take the edge off. But what's happening, family? Who that's all the black and gold people in the building? T, who that to you, baby? Michael, what's happening? Good to you, baby. Adam, what's up, family? Appreciate it, Adam. Welcome to the live stream. Sean, who that, baby? Who that? And the video game boys, how you doing? It's my sons in the building. How you doing, buddy? They black and gold diehard too, boy. We raise them young, don't we? The next generation of black and gold diehards, just ranking down on the Atlanta Falcon youngins. But that's what's going on, family, in the building. But this is podcast 404, live stream number 14, if you could believe that. Yeah, so we good in the building here, family. And before we get going, man, I want to holler at the family and bust a few things. I want to go over this Saints and Vikings game. Trey, what's happening, baby? Who that? Who that? Adrian in the building. What's up, Adrian? Who that to you too, baby? And the rest of the black and gold fam, I just want to go over y'all. This is some news and notes over y'all before the game starts. Obviously, you know, the Saints and the Vikings preseason game is going to get underway momentarily. You know, I guess about around 7 o'clock, we got a start time for 7 o'clock. That's pretty much what they're telling us here. But I think that we're going to talk about that. Not too much to really talk about in terms of it. I'm going to give you a little breakdown on the injury report. The Vikings have, the Saints don't have anybody hurt, and that's good. And hopefully we can come out this game with the same type of news. Going to do a little preview on that. And then we talk about some of the Saints news and notes. The Saints added another running back. Man, they running back happy. I got to tell you that. Running back happy, New Orleans Saints, as they continue to add more running backs to the roster. I'll give you my thoughts on that guy momentarily. 3 Saints to watch in this game. 3 Saints to keep an eye out on, family, for this game. I'm going to give you my take on it. And I want y'all to give me y'all's too. Who do y'all guys think? Sports Coma question of the day in a live stream to the family. Who do you guys, give me 3 Saints guys to keep an eye out for? You guys are just as smart as, y'all guys smarter than these stupid commentators that be on ESPN. The guy with the bug eyes that I like to talk about, poking his eyes out. You know, he said something, I'm going to cover it in another show, but he made something about the Saints are not going to be as good as what they were, 13-3. Man, we got better personnel than what we had last year. And plus, we got pluses where there were minuses, but we can't get 13-3. Where did these guys come from? Did he take too many hits to the head, possibly? Anyway, we're going to give you my 3. You guys chime in the Sports Coma live stream question of the day. Give me 3 Saints guys to look out for tonight you think's going to ball out of control. Mike's getting going. Mike says CGI. Yeah. Oh, CGI. Is that CGJ? Okay, I got you. I said Johnson, Gardner, Johnson. I got you, baby. I got you. Butler and Hampton. I got you. And, yep, thank you, Sean. Sean says I need to see more likes on here. Chat family, thank you. What up, Larry? House of Twigger in the building. Good to who that to my brethren. And then, of course, we want to go over Mike Thomas' contract. I want to give you guys the particulars about Mike Thomas's contract. We're going to touch upon that. Had a very interesting show with Black Suede came on. We had a little comedy. I hope y'all guys enjoyed that. But we're going to break down Mike Thomas's contract details and let you know, just in case you guys weren't aware of it, we're going to give it to you. I know, Mike, I know 3 is easy, bro. I don't want to say give me 6 of them bad boys. You know, that's be a little bit too much. But what's up, Dada? Dada in the building. Who that to you, baby? Who that? And then the last thing I want to go over this fan lawsuit. Of course, you guys have been following this fan lawsuit. They had one fan lawsuit left. And the guy was a local guy suing him, and he was a pretty smart guy. I think he was an attorney, by the way. He sued, he said that suing him for $75,000, and that number was set because he knew that any higher amount was taken into federal court, which the NFL has an undefeated record in federal court because they're lucky. Because they're lucky. You believe that if you believe that if you want to, but we're going to go over that, man. A lot of new, Thomas Morstead came out, Gail Benson came out, the Saints came out about the lawsuit, and he said they don't want to, do that. But not. We're gonna give you some information on that lawsuit and my thoughts on that goddamn lawsuit. I'm just gonna let it go on this with y'all. Y'all just be prepared when we get that topic. Get to that topic. Just prepared. This is a rant alert dealing with that whole situation. So just to let you know. Now let's get right into it, family. TSC 404 live stream 14. It's 14 of them bad boys. 2 past a dozen, family. What up, Jason? What up, Travis? Who that to you, baby? Who that to you? And Saints and Vikings, man, just to go over some information dealing with the matchup between them. Not much to really talk about in the preseason game. A couple of guys are not going to play. We know Kyle Rudolph is not going to play, and a couple of the offensive line are not going to play. But the good news is the Saints are good to go. Now, we should see Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know if Sean Payton didn't recommend whether or not he'll see Drew Brees or not, but we should see Teddy Bridgewater. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see Drew for a series or 2 in the first game, perhaps, and then Teddy Bridgewater for the second and third, Taysom Hill, however he's going to do it. But I'm interested to see, even though I know what Drew could do, I'm really interested to see what Teddy Bridgewater is going to do. Taysom Hill is another dude that I want to see what he can do too. He's been working on his accuracy. I want to see what Taysom Hill brings to the table in this preseason. Hopefully they give him a little bit more time than what they usually give him. You know what I'm saying, family? And that's pretty much the gist of the preseason game. Of course, you'll see a few of the first team guys in maybe a series, and then you'll see a lot of the reserve guys. Now, let me reflect back to the question, the TSC live stream question today. A couple of guys put out there. Okay, we got, let me go back to some of the things. Michael said Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Butler, Malcolm Butler, and Hampton. That's the guys to watch out for. Larry, who that to you, baby? He said Hampton, Chauncey Gardner, and then he said Cook's to look out for. House of Twigger said Malcolm Butler. And Trey said Dever Henderson most underrated wide receiver Saints ever had. Just saying. Damn, Trey. Underrated Devery Henderson. Remind me to come back to that, bro. Remind me. I got so much to say for that. I really do. I really do. But underrated Devery Henderson. Oh no, brother. Just remind me, Trey. We'll talk about it later on after I hit a few other subjects. Dada says, who that Q is Emmanuel Butler playing? Bell, Hampton, Bridge, Water, or mine? Not sure about Emmanuel Butler. All indications saying that he should play some in this game. Sammy Cobbs, all those guys that we're interested in seeing. Sean says Davenport is a guy to look out for. Davenport, Ezigbo, good one, Sean. Ezigbo's a good one, and the wide receiver core. Jason said, hear you loud and clear this time. You know why? Do you know why, Jason? You can hear us now. I'm so happy to announce to the whole Sports Coma family that we have now replaced the defective equipment, and we shall not be experiencing any more sound issues ever again. Can we get a clap on that, family? Let's get a clap. Let's get a clap, family. No sound issues. You know what, family? Like I've always said, man, we're transparent, and we're growing right in front of your very eyes, and we're growing because of you. We're growing with you. And I think that's the best way to be than to come out as a full operation, got everything flowing, and you just see it from the get. But to see people coming up from the flow up, 5 years going into the Sports Coma, started, matter of fact, August the 8th, family, come to think about it, that was yesterday. Yesterday, family, yesterday was 5 years for the Sports Coma. 5 years. Can you dig it? 5 years of talking about the black and gold, but 30 plus years of believing in the black and gold and dealing with the black and gold. It's a big difference. Big damn difference. All the family, thank you, family. Thank you, family. It's all because of y'all, man. It's all because of your donations. It's all because of your support that we were able to build this nice platform, this beautiful platform for all the black and gold family to come and have fun and have a good discussion about our beloved black and gold. So big ups to all of you guys out there for all the beautiful things that you do and your support with this platform. Now to get right into it. Now I want to talk about, the Saints did sign a guy, and well, this should be boring to most of us because obviously, we got our field of running backs that came through the joint. You're looking at guys like Buck Allen. He came through here. You're looking at, there's so many of them. But the recent and most current back the Saints just picked up on Friday was Kerwin Williams. I'm sorry I didn't have a show yesterday, family. Just to let you know, I was in Chicago. I went to Chicago, had some stuff to take care of in Chicago. Then got caught in the airport in Chicago. It couldn't get home until too late to do a stream, and I said, you know what? It's all right. I'm just happy that I'm back here down here in the hell out of Chicago. That's how they say Chicago. Well, it's true Chicagoans say Chicago. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. But anyway, let's get into some of this news, man. I'm talking about with the Saints signing this new running back. You guys probably know him. His name is Kerwin Williams. And to make room for Kerwin Williams, the former Arizona Cardinal running back, 5'8", 195 pounds. He came in the league in 2013, a 7th-round pick from the Colts. He was then released, and he spent time on the Chargers practice squad back in 2013, moved around a bit, found a home with Arizona, and it had some pretty productive years in Arizona. He spent 4 years down there, 35 games. He had 6 starts out of 35 games, totaling 971 yards, 4 touchdowns on 218 carries. Then he went from there, spent some time with the Kansas City Chiefs last year, and then had a stop with Detroit and Tampa Bay. This guy been all over the damn place. But it's been a revolving door effect since Javarius Buck Allen was released, and we had Rob Kelly. We had a great show about that. And now Matt Days, who was a long shot to make the team, was released to make room for Kerwin Williams. And, of course, we talking about Jacquizz Rodgers, too. Now, my taking on this guy, some guys who are, yeah, Q, this guy's this is just a camp body dude. This is a camp body dude, Q. Don't even worry about it. Don't even cover that story, Q. Well, number one, I got to cover it. Number two, I don't think he's just a camp body. I'm thinking, family, and I'm just going to be honest with you about it, is that Kerwin Williams and Jacquizz Rodgers are guys brought in to help out in the kick return game. I researched Kerwin Williams and found out that he had a pretty decent career in terms of a kick returner. These guys, Jacquizz Rodgers and Kerwin Williams, are veteran kick returners. They help out in that regard. So that's what I'm thinking the Saints are looking at. Not so much a third down guy to replace or come behind a guy like Latavius Murray or Elvin Kamara. When you remember the show, I got all amped about the Theoretic signing because I know Theoretic is the kind of running back where you guys would want to see Theoretic in that system. If you bring a Theoretic to your team, that means he's going to be one of those three running backs that'll get some time out there. Jacquizz Rodgers, you could possibly use him like that. But Curlin Williams and Jacquizz Rodgers, two veteran running backs, both in a similar stature, scat backs. Jacquizz got a little bit more power to him. But if you look at their kick return and special teams acumen, these guys are kick returners. You know, these are kick returners. You know, these are punt returners, guys that's going to help you in the kick return and punt return room. That's what I'm saying. That's all this is. So don't think about it any other way, but this is a special teams move, family. This just not say, oh, Q, he's just a camp body. This is a camp body. No, he's not just a camp body. He got a purpose. And there's a hole, and a big hole open in the kick return game. Now, there was an article that was put out about Marcus Shrells being the guy that is that's taking over the punt return. We knew that. We knew that already. But kick return is the option. Deontay Harris has been healthy. I want to see what he can do. And that's another spot, family. I've seen a lot of great comments on the live chat about guys to look out for. Jason said the center is Zigbo and Butler. A few other guys said some stuff. Jason's comment, Devery Henderson said Butterfingers ended up being a decent receiver, though. I can't poo-poo Devery Henderson, but underrated. I don't know about that one, buddy. I don't know. We're gonna broach that topic though. But as far as what we're saying about Curran Williams and Jacquizz Rodgers, these guys are kick return guys in the special team. So just look out for that. The hole, that's still that hole, is that kick return hole. There's a hole in the kick return position. Who's the kick returners? And remember, we don't want to use starters to be kick returns on the special teams for obvious reasons. We don't want Elvin Kamara back there. If Sean Payton do that, we got to Saint slap him. We cannot do that. We got to Saint slap his ass into a concussion and then Saint slap his ass back out the concussion and then threaten him and say, if you ever do that or think about putting him in, we're going to slap your ass back into a concussion again. We cannot allow Elvin Kamara, Teddy Ginn Jr., or any other starter that's playing a relevant role on this team to be a kick returner back there. It's far too dangerous. We need to put a guy back there that can do it by his damn self. And if he can't, do like what a lot of teams do. Take a trade, take a 4th round pick or 5th round pick or 6th round pick and trade for a decent one if you can't find it. Come on now. The Texans just traded for Duke Johnson. They gave up a 4th round draft pick to the Browns to get Duke Johnson. And Duke Johnson a pretty good damn back. You know what I'm saying? If you can't find one on your team, if Jacquizz Rodgers, Deontay Harris, Austin Carr, if any one of these guys can contribute as a kick returner, goddamn trade for one. Savvy? Okay, let's move on. This is the next story I want to talk about, man. My personal favorite 3 guys that I'm going to mention. And I'm going to say this guy. Nobody really talking about this guy, but I've researched him. Geno Grissom. A lot of people like, who is Geno Grissom? Geno Grissom is a guy the Saints picked up. Grissom was a 3rd round draft pick by the New England Patriots a few years ago. He was a 4-year player for the New England Patriots, drafted in the 3rd round. Now, his biggest accolades, he only had like 8 sacks in a 4-year career. And it kind of boggled my mind because I looked at his statistics. Well, why the hell would the Patriots spend a 3rd round pick on this guy? He only had 8 sacks. And he's a defensive guy. He was only a honorable mention guy at best on some of the accolades that he received. Well, it's because if you look at some of the camp, he does have really good size, that tweener hybrid size, 6'4", 260-ish, that team salivate over. And he does have speed. He does have some technique. And remember, we can never underestimate the defensive line coach, Nielsen, for what he does. He's an excellent defensive. We got great defensive line coaches that can coach these guys up. Geno Grissom, family, remember the name. That's a guy that I want to keep an eye out on because of, we talk obvious about Trey Hendrickson, but Geno Grissom's been making some noise, family. We need to pay attention to. Another guy I want to keep an eye out for this preseason game is Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is a guy that I've been critical of these last so many months because he, to me, been stinking all over the place. But the last few practices, he's really kind of stepped it up, got a little bit more comfortable. Let's see what he do in these preseason games. Not one preseason game going to keep me off him, but I want to see him because he is going to get a lot more time than any other quarterback. And we only have 2 of them. That's Drew going to play a handful of snaps in all these preseason games. Teddy Bridgewater is going to see the bulk line of the action followed by Taysom Hill. So we're going to see what Teddy Bridgewater made in the preseason and see what he can do. Hopefully he don't stank it up too bad in the preseason, but we're going to see about that. Also, and then the third guy is Emmanuel Butler. Now, from what the information we got, Emmanuel Butler is going to play in this game. He did come back after missing several practices. So our estimation is we checked the injury report. There were no Saints on the injury report, and that means Emmanuel Butler is going to be a guy that we see on the field. Another guy I would like to see too, and it's a fourth little throw-in, is Sammy Cobbs Jr. I want to see what Sammy Cobbs can do as well. And maybe somebody in the kick return game. I'm going to be keeping my eyes out, man, both of them, looking all the way around for the kick returner. I want to see you know what, that's a position that I really want to see who's going to win that battle, because that's really the only wide open toss-up position that you can really think about on this team is the kick return position. There's a hole there. So we'll see what's going on. What's up, Scoob? Who that, baby? Who that, Scoob? Welcome to the live stream, baby. You know, and I like to thank all the family for chiming in with me. I know we got maybe about 30 minutes to go before the game kicks off, and I want to thank everybody in the live stream for joining us before the game. And family, remember this too as well. After the game, we'll have a post game breaking the damn game down. I want y'all on the live stream. I want y'all to tell me what y'all thoughts is on the game, and hopefully we'll get a win there. So let's see about that as well. Moving on to the next topic, family. We're going to talk about let's talk about the fact. Let's get into Mike Thomas's contract breakdown. These are the details, family. Official details that were turned in this today. Now, this is a breakdown of Thomas's record-breaking 5-year extension. It's worth $96.25 million, $100 million in new money, and it locks him up for a total of 6 years. Okay, not 5, but 6 through 2024. So let's get that straight. Jason, I remember we was talking about that. Sean, you too, bro. But this is the data. But this is the actual contract. We thought it was it's 5 years. Of course, we know that extra year. But it ties them up for 6 years through the year 2024. A total of $35.65 million is fully guaranteed, including a $20 million signing bonus. A base salary of $1.65 million is his base salary in 2019, and $11 million base in 2020. So Mickey Mouse Loomis continues to do it again. Signed a big fat contract with him, paying him big time, but the base salary this year is gonna be basically his rookie money, which is a base salary of $1.65 million. So let's go over those particulars. I'm gonna get to the rest of the little intricacies, but this is the meat and potatoes of the subject. The new deal is worth $96.25 million. And $100 million in new money, and locks him up for a total of 6 years. Originally thought it was 5, it's 6 through 2024 for a total of $35.65 million is guaranteed, including $20 million in signing bonus that he got. $11 million base salary is in 2020. So he goes from $1.65 million base in 2019 to $11 million base in 2020, and $3 million of his base salary in 2021. Another $24.95 million is guaranteed for injury only at the time of signing, including other $9.6 million of his base salary. Now in 2021, his full base salary of $15.35 million in 2022 will be seen. Both of these salaries become fully guaranteed on the third day of each respective league year. He's also due $200,000 in workout bonuses in both 2021 and 2022, and $250,000 in roster bonus in 2022. He's due $16.45 million in non-guaranteed salary and bonuses in 2023, and $19.7 in 2024. He also can earn an additional $3.75 million in escalators if he reaches high performance incentives in the years 2022 and 2023, and his salary cap figure is just $6.13 million in 2019, rising to $15 million in 2020, $16.8 in 2021, $19.8 in 2022, $20.45 in 2023, and $19.7 in 2024. To translate all of those numbers, that's a lot of money that he gonna be making, baby. But that's big ups to Mike Thomas, man, the best in the business. Who that, Devin? What's going on, baby? Welcome to the live stream. Carl, what's happening? Who that to you is in there? Okay, we talking Saints, baby. We talking Saints. This Saints talk. Okay, there you go. Fred DeFlats is in the building. What's happening? Who that, family? Much love to you. We talking Saints in the building. Now, I just broke down Mike Thomas's contract, that's a lot of bread, man. That's a lot of bread, man. But Mickey Mouse Loomis, man, once again, as you can see, his base salaries, I ran them all down as they escalate from less than 2 to up to 14. I mean, good grief. Wow, man. Just great. Just great all over the place. Anyway, that's the details on Mike Thomas's contract. Now, I want to talk to you family members and go over a few other things. And feel free to hit up any questions, concerns, or comments that y'all want to talk about tonight. We'll address them momentarily. I want to go off, talk about this Saints case that was due to be removed. The last of the cases, family, to talk about. The fans' suit versus the NFL drops the Saints from the subpoena. Now this is coming from ESPN that reported this yesterday, that the Louisiana law is suing the NFL over a failure to call a crucial penalty in the January playoff game. Says he won't force the New Orleans Saints to comply with the subpoena for the records regarding the game. Now, the man's name is Antonio Lamond, said Friday a letter to the team officials that he doesn't want the subpoena to distract the Saints organizations from the upcoming season. Now, his lawsuit against the league alleges fraud and seeks damages in connection with the failure to flag a penalty by the Rams player, helping the Rams beat the Saints in advance to the Super Bowl. Now, remember, this is so critical because, you know, he had it set up. This was ingenious, to be honest with you. And this could have really caught the NFL with their pants down. I mean, seriously. Because the way it was designed where he had charges at $75,000, which was just low enough for it not to get to federal court. Now, he had the court would have called Roger Goodell under oath. Now, remember, this is under oath. And other people under oath. Meaning if you go into court and you lie under oath, what happened to your ass? What happened to your ass? You can go to jail. It don't look too good for you. And of course, the last several, I don't know how many lawsuits that was going on against the NFL dealing with this were all dismissed in federal court. Bull crap to me. But this one had opportunity. But the man pulled the lawsuit. And now he said the league alleges fraud. Now, it's saying fraud in seeking damages. Man, fraud. The league supported the Saints attorney. He asked Louisiana Supreme Court to halt the suit, which would cause the resultant Commissioner Goodell to be questioned under oath in September. He would have to go in no way around it. But my take on it, family, is this. I wanted to see this happen. Not because I'm disgruntled about what happened in the NFC Championship game against the Minnesota Vikings. I can get over the crap, too. I'm going to just be honest with you, family. I got to confess. I'm still not over it. Dan Arnold. Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's going to take a little while, but I'm not over that yet. And a lot of us not. So, that's okay. Some of us are slow healers, but we'll get there. But this lawsuit, man, I really wanted to see this lawsuit go because I really wanted to see what Goodell had to say about it. I wanted to see some of that information. I wanted to see the minutes on the officials where they were taking money from them or what have you, or what they seen, their notes. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see Goodell get up there and his chumpish tail get up there and be questioned why he didn't do what he's supposed to do. I wanted to see that. And perhaps we might have seen some of the stuff about the NFL that we've been knowing this for, well, some people have not known this, but if you don't know this, allow me to impress upon this right now on you, that the NFL is not really a football league. It's registered as an entertainment league. And if that's the case, then you can see like the WWE and all this kind of stuff. But WWE put that out there because they were getting lawsuits against them because fans were suing them and other people were suing them because they were supposed to be a wrestling federation, and they were not doing it. So a lot of lawsuits saw this, so he changed it to the WWE, which is World Wrestling Entertainment. It's a difference than federation or a league of wrestlers versus a entertainment league, meaning things can be termed to be scripted at times. Not saying it all is, but at times it could. Anytime you got Vegas involved, people, you know what time it is. How they know? They got crystal balls hanging around there. I mean, y'all been to the casino. You know how the house always wins, so let's just keep it real. But I would have loved to see this go through because I would have loved to see exactly what was underneath the cover with Goodell with this whole thing. Because maybe this would have put a halt to it and forced them to play some of this stuff fair because that was that was just blatantly wrong, not making that call. Even though we got a shirt available on our merch store saying that we didn't get robbed. We didn't get robbed there. We got robbed by Dan Arnold dropping the goddamn touchdown pass. You can't tell me, hey, Q, the officials robbed us. No, bruh. The officials didn't rob nothing. They did what they were supposed to do. You can't rely on officials to help you win no games anyway. All of them will tell you that. You got to make the least amount of mistakes. That's what the coach will tell you. He said we can't go into the game thinking officials going to help you. They're not. They're on it, that's just not how it goes. We got to play mistake-free football, and we got to do what we got to do. If we'd have played mistake-free football and somebody would have caught the touchdown pass, we wouldn't even be having this damn talk about suing anybody. We'd have been working on defending our second Super Bowl ring already. But anyway, we got that shirt available in the merch store, and you guys can check it out, man. It's available now. But anyway, family, that's a few things I wanted to attack right quick before the game. We got about 15 to 20 minutes before the game start off. And let me go to the live chat. If you got any questions, concerns, the comments, family, let me feel free to ask them. Derek, what's up, Derek? I ain't see you, baby. Who that to you in the building? I bet you believe in Mickey money now. Oh, I've been believing Mickey Mouse money there, baby. That was very funny too. Very funny of you, Derek. Very funny. With the Mickey Mouse money, baby. 1 point, that's pretty good, man. When you read that contract and all those details, family, about Mike Thomas's contract, understand who Mickey Mouse Loomis is. We have the best finagler of capnomics in the history of this blasted league, and his name is Mickey Mouse Loomis. And I say that affectionately because he is terrific in twisting and turning these contracts. This man created, like with AJ Klein contract, he created phantom years in the back half of his deal just to spread the money out. Who would have thought of that but a genius named Mickey Mouse Loomis? Big ups to Mickey and the Saints family, man, and administrators for turning and twisting this contract. And perhaps we can impress upon and educate Suede, Black Suede, when he come upon here. Understand, man, just because we pay Mike Thomas's money don't mean that we can't get, that we are not going to be able to take care of other fellas. We are a professional team. We're going to make it work, baby, regardless of whatever. All right, family, let's see. Derek says, I'm in Texas, so I'll be trying to see the local game on. Derek, yeah, it's kind of hard watching the preseason games from afar. Not all of them be on television. I don't quite know how to get around that, brother. Okay, family. Okay, Scoob said he got to go. Big ups to you, Scoob. Who that there? Quincy, what's going on? He said Arnold messed over straight up. Ref said, this is our moment. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. We have to be able to understand that, family, is that, we got to play mistake-free football. The coach going to tell you that 150 times a game. He'll tell you that all the time. We can't blame the referees for it, even though that was a terrible no call. That should have been a call. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, it wouldn't have mean to hill the damn beans if a man would have. You don't drop touchdown passes in the NFC Championship game is what I'm saying. You don't want to win the damn game if you dropping touchdown passes, what I'm saying. But it really been interesting, man, to see what the hell, what was under that? What was up under those minutes? I would have loved to seen him pull that cover back and say, well, what the hell this is? Why you ain't do this? Well, I see that asshole. I be that guy sweat on the stand under oath. I would have loved to see that jerk chump Goodell. Okay, family, talk to me here. Preseason game. Give me a score here. Who wins? I already know who wins. Give me a score here, family. Who you think the Saints gonna beat the Vikings by? Give me a till the mic drops. I hear you, Scoob. Well, hey, Scoob, guess what? The mic ain't gonna drop, baby. We got all of that fixed. We briefed the family. We got new components in there. We don't have to ever worry about sound issues ever again. I'd like to thank the whole family for doing that, and that's just absolutely beautiful. And who that to the Black and Gold Nation. Who that, baby? Who that? Sean says, what do you think about Saquon Hampton doing well? I love it, man. Saquon Hampton was the guy that nobody talked about. If you remember the draft, Sean, if you remember the draft, when they took Saquon Hampton, first they took Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He was like, oh, man, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Oh, that's what's up. We got a safety. And then later on, the next round, they took Saquon Hampton. He was like, what? Another safety? And he was kind of like we had a safety. What the hell we need with another safety? That was the mindset of people when you watch the draft. I guarantee you 90% of the people said that, You say, okay, well, what we going to look for now? Oh, we're going to get a pass rusher. Because that was my psyche. My thing is, okay, we got Eric McCoy. We got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He got to get a pass rusher. He got to get a pass rusher with this next pick. Guess what? Pass rusher never came. He never came. Saquon Hampton was the guy. So under them circumstances, Saquon kind of slipped in. We kind of looked over his head. He was always known for a hitter, but a playmaker, on the ball at Rutgers. He had a pretty decent career at Rutgers. But we were more enamored with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and his abilities, to be honest. And his star shined a little brighter than Saquon Hampton. So we kind of took off our viewership or our, observation off of Saquon Hampton. And it's just pleasing to see him coming along now because we seeing what Chauncey Gardner-Johnson do and this guy. So I really like it, man. I think it's excellent, man. And the Saints got to get this guy on the team some kind of way. It might be at the JT Gray might end up out the door, as the dog calls. But Saquon Hampton's a definitely upgrade over him. Okay, Scoob says 24-14 Saints, loving it. Devin says 24-16. I like that too. Quincy says 21-7. All right. What up, Larry? Larry said, I want a good-looking win, nice and crisp. I hear you, Larry. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's see. Sean said, do you think he brought in to replace Bell? Von Bell? Saquon Hampton? I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was brought in to replace Von Bell. I don't think Von Bell, man. I like Von Bell, and like I said, the most disrespected player that I think we have on this team is Von Bell. I'm just going to be honest with you. The last several seasons, Von Bell been putting up great numbers. He was only second in tackles behind Demario Davis, But he was a guy, man, that was showing up. He was making plays. And I got to give a lot of love to Von Bell, the most underrated and disrespected starter the Saints have. Seriously, he's been productive. He's been right there the whole way. So, it's a shame, but I'm getting the feeling when you take two safeties in a draft and you got Von Bell coming up, soon to be a free agent, what that's telling you, man? Ain't that many safeties in the world, man? Come on. And then Chauncey Gardner, not no disrespect to Von Bell. I like Von, but I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, man, is going to just solidify. I mean, he's a perennial player that can be a game changer for you back there in the back end of that defense. We need guys like that. So it could be. Maybe Saquon pushes Marcus Williams, even though I don't think he takes his position. I heard a lot of people saying that my dog's on here, Derek, and thinks Marcus Williams could be pushed by Saquon Hampton. I don't always disagree with Derek, but I would have to disagree with him on that. I think Marcus Williams' position is pretty much entrenched unless he just falls out of the blooming gate. Like he just forgets how to play football and he does 3 of those crazy whiff tackle things that he did against the Minnesota Vikings. That guy comes out, then yeah, but as long as he's been playing as hard as he's been playing, I think Marcus Williams' position is safe. But it's still good to have talent like Saquon Hampton positioned behind the rest of those guys. So that's my take on it, my friend. Appreciate the question, Sean. All right, let's see what else we got here. This is I just seen Jason said, "Serious Q, when the Saints gonna put you on the payroll you deserve, man?" I don't know, my brother. I think you know what? I got love for my black and gold Saints, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna be real. I would remain independent, man. You know why? I'll remain independent. I'm just me. I'm gonna stay independent. And I'm going to stay independent because if I ever, got on the payroll with the Saints, then you can't be getting on that blasting them people. And I can't call Mickey Mouse Loomis if I'm working for the organization. So if you ever hear me get on the live stream and say, yes, Mr. Loomis is, something going wrong, something funny. Something ain't right here. Something ain't right. I can't call Mickey Mouse Loomis if I work for the Saints. I can't get my little names and everything to them, and I can't talk really critical. Think about the milquetoast analysis that come from some of those guys that cover the Saints, and some of the media guys that be in the room with them. I mean, them guys could really just go off. They could really just go off. Sean Payton can really just go off on on some of those media guys and what they do. Do you hear them talking back? They don't like, you be rude to them. You ain't gonna do me that, Jack. I'm sorry. I got too much spice. I got too much heat in me, bro. You go off. You go. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, Jack. And especially, I'll be asking real questions. I'm not gonna get up there and ask Sean Payton what's his favorite snowball, like some idiot did two interviews ago. What's your favorite snowball? And Sean Payton so used to asking stupid questions, answering stupid questions. He answered it. Told him cherry, whatever it is. I forgot. I don't know. It wasn't important. They don't got nothing to do with winning no damn games. But that's why I say I like to remain independent because I can at least give real true analysis without listen to some of the milquetoast analysis from them guys because they're getting a check from them. I'm independent and separated, and I can just and give unapologetic, really strong critiques of teams, regardless if I like you or not. So I appreciate it though, fam. Sean said, "What you want to see from our backup QBs?" I know you had questions there. I just want to see some good play, man. From Teddy Bridgewater. I want to see if Teddy Bridgewater, he's going to be operating with the first team. I want to at least see Teddy Bridgewater at least make some plays, man. Make some plays, show some accuracy. Deliver the ball. Take command of the goddamn offense. You know what I'm saying? You're a guy, been in the league before. You've studied under Drew Brees. You've been here all of last year. I know you came in half of the year with the pick, but nobody did more sitting behind anybody and clip holding and studying than Teddy Bridgewater. Nobody. Seriously, even the third string quarterback was doing more than the second string quarterback. So that's my whole take is that I want to see Teddy Bridgewater run the first team offense. I want to see him take command of the offense. I want to see him go through progressions. I want to see him deliver the ball accurately. I want to see him get that damn ball out of his hands. I want to see his clock in his head. I want to see if Teddy Bridgewater still have that clock. Nobody seems to talk about that clock. That 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, going over his progressions, delivering the right read, making the plays. If you can't find it, go to the hot read, doing all this kind of stuff. That's what I want to see from Teddy Bridgewater. That's not too much to ask from a former first-round draft pick quarterback, rookie of the year quarterback, took his team into the deep into the playoffs twice, quarterback. That's not too much to ask for Teddy Bridgewater, of course, and of course of Taysom Hill. I want to see his accuracy issues. I know he can run. I know he can do all that stuff, run your ass over. I want to see if Taysom Hill can deliver the ball with accuracy. That's the thing with Taysom Hill. And you really want to see somebody put some competition on Teddy Bridgewater? Let me see with Taysom Hill if he really got his accuracy together like they said he was doing during the offseason, getting his accuracy together. That's some of the things I want to see from our quarterbacks, to be quite honest with you, Sean. That's the main thing. So, no, it don't. School say Mr. Loomis doesn't roll off your tongue. Well, that's what happened. You gonna make me work for him. I can't call him, hey, Mickey Mouse, man. Come on over here. Let me ask you a question. You gonna say, huh? Mickey Mouse? Who are you talking about, buddy? They used to call me that when I was in school, man. Nobody calls me Mickey Mouse anymore. Say, well, Big Q from the Sports Coma call you Mickey Mouse affectionately. And then when you do something crazy, I'm a lamb-based. There ain't no doubt about it. Sean says Steve Young sat behind Montana for a couple years. So did Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he sat behind Brett Favre for like 3 or 4 years. It was a while before he got his affair. I don't know if it's the same thing because they doing the Drew Brees thing year to year. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I think that's absolutely crazy to do Drew Brees like that. But, Teddy Bridgewater, to me, the preseason will tell. This is a Showtime thing dealing with him. And we'll see how it goes, man. That's my whole thing. All right, family. Give me some more scores here. What y'all think? So of course, we know the Saints going to win. Give me a score there. Who you think going to shine in the game tonight? Give me a player. Matter of fact, throw me a player of the game. We talked about Geno Grissom as my guy. I talked about Emmanuel Butler, guys I want to see. Devine Zigbo is another guy I want to see a lot of. Devine Zigbo is a guy I want to see a lot from. I want to see the third pass rusher position, even though they probably going to be playing against second stringers. Still in all, you be whoever in front of you. Trey Hendrickson, Geno Grissom, Carbon Kafusi, Porter Galston, guys like that have to step up and make a name for themselves. Caden Ellis is another guy I would love to see in the third team. See what Caden Ellis could do, hearing a lot by him. Kayvon Webster, Sylvester Williams, TJ Green, Terrell Williams, the big 6'4" safety. Some of these guys, man, I want to see what some of these guys could do. Very intriguing players that we have. I want to see what the hell they can do, and see what they can bring to this team. Alize Mack is healthy. Maybe we can see some Alize in the game here. See what these guys do. Also, like I said before, the kick return game. What the kick return game look like? Let's see how who's heading in that thing. We know about Marcus Shrells in the punt return game, but what about the kick return game? Those are questions that we must look out for in this upcoming contest. Who that, D? Who that? How you doing? Which position of yours is the weakest link on our team? Well, D, I can give you two of them, baby. I would say the weakest position right now is let's say, number one right now, because I don't know what's going on with it. It's just by committee right now, is the kick return position. Kick return. There you go, Derek. Who that to you, Derek? Derek, 100%. Punt return, kick return. Thank you, Derek. Me and them right up here. We up here with it, baby. But that's the whole thing. The kick return punt. We know Marcus Shrells is occupying the punt return. He got that solidified. But the kick return thing is the thing. You're like, well, why kick return, Q? Because that's very important. If somebody kicks the ball off to us, where would you rather have that ball positioned at? At the 25-yard line or at the 40? That's a simple question. I know you're going to say the 40 because y'all are super smart. But that's where I'm talking about. The position game is very imperative, and the Saints have been lacking that. We've had solid play from the kicker lately because we got Will Lutz, the richest kicker in the league. We got Thomas Morstead, a Hall of Famer, in my estimation, the greatest punter that the Saints ever had, and a Hall of Famer, sure, dead right, one of the toughest guys you don't want to meet in the alley. But Thomas Morstead, those guys have been terrific. The Saints special teams guys, coverage guys like Chris Banjo, Justin Hardy, Vince Beigel, Craig Robinson even playing there. Those guys have been absolutely excellent. But the problem with the special teams, and I think that's why Dan Rizzi was brought in from Miami, the new special teams coach, was because he was going to correct those issues in the kick return game. And it's very important that we don't start off all the way at the 25-yard line, that we can start off down at the 40-yard line. Imagine if we give Drew Brees the ball at the 40-yard line. He got 20 yards to go, 10 yards to the 50, 20 yards pass puts him in their territory every time. It makes everything that easy when we have a good kick return game. And I have said this before, is that when was the last time the Saints had a kick return? Now, I watched a couple of highlights just yesterday, and there were several kick returns for touchdowns. When was the last time you've seen the Saints do that? Think about that. That's very imperative because we can score touchdowns a multitude of different ways. We score them on offense, we score them on defense, but we can also score them on special teams. And that's something that's been lacking for a very long time. And they got a committee approach, and they are really proactively trying to solve that position. Now, also to talk about family. Now, the other one I'm going to give you, D-Baby, is the fact that I'm going to say the third pass rusher position. That is also something that needs to be answered because Trey Hendrickson, I don't know about him. He's healthy, but can he stay healthy? That's the thing. Is he going to get swallowed up by blockers? Did Trey Hendrickson get strong enough that he could play the run he's a pretty decent, he has a high motor and can rush, but can he play the run as well and not get swallowed up? That's the whole thing about Trey Hendrickson. He's been sucking up the Saints air condition for 2 or 3 years now. We need to see what he can do. And behind him, Geno Grissom is another guy that came over from the New England Patriots. He was a third-round pick. Don't have a bevy of different things, just 8 sacks in his college career. But for whatever reason, I'm just keying in on Geno Grissom. He had a couple of games in camp that he really looked explosive. And I'm saying, hold on here. Hold everything. Geno Grissom is a guy you need to take a look out to, family. Just putting that on y'all mind. Who that to you? DLP 2600 is in the building. Come to the stream a little late, my friend, but who that to you, baby, on this fabulous Who That Friday as we get ready to roll on. So it's really interesting. Quincy says Zigbo, Butler, and young linebacker and D lineman. Okay, really good. Appreciate that, Quincy, for chiming that out, drawing that out. Okay, Jay said Mickey Mouse. Why are we calling Mickey Mouse? Well, at least I didn't call him. Is that what he'll tell me? If he did say that, then that we probably would be cool then. We'd be cool then if that's his response. But Yeah, it's interesting, man. I just think that we're gonna see what's that. Quincy said, when was the last time we returned the kick for a touchdown? Give us that short field all day. We hurt for that. Yeah, I know, Quincy. You're right. That's something that I've been preaching that here. Everybody here know that I've been talking my ass off about that. I've been talking about when the last time the Saints had a kick return. 3 years ago. When the last time the Saints had a punt return? Elvin Kamara. Elvin Kamara returned. I think it was Elvin Kamara that returned or was it a kick? I get confused. It was Elvin Kamara 2 or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, that returned a punt return for a touchdown. The kick return was Marcus Murphy, if you remember that dude. That was the last time it happened. Marcus Murphy. So that'll show you how long. So if that's the case, the Saints get a kick return for a touchdown every 3 or 4 years, and then every 2 years we get a punt. That, come on now. You turn it on the highlights, and that's all you see, a guy running the damn ball back off a kick return. I'm like, okay, well, what they doing that we can't do? I want a kick return, punt return, but I'm saying it's a part. Even if we don't get but 1 or 2 of those a year, that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. It's just what it is. It's a way to score on the field to help our team win, and it takes pressure off the offense, it takes pressure off the defense, and all that stuff when the kick return people are doing what they're supposed to do. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Larry said, because that special team is going to be official, hopefully. Well, look, Larry, let me tell you something, man. The Saints wiped out that entire special teams room. They brought in a brand new coordinator, Dan Rizzi. They brought in a new brand new assistant coordinator. They brought in a new assistant coordinator. So you got 3 guys brand new to the team. And Sean Payton knows that he brought this guy in, and Rizzi's damn good at his job. He's a guy for the last several seasons have orchestrated top 5 and top 10 special team units while he was in Miami. So Sean Payton really is focusing on getting that kick return and punt return stuff together. I'm telling you, you get that together, it gives. Imagine if we had Devin, what was his name? The awesome kick returner that the Chicago Bears had. Was that Devin Harris? Devin, whatever his name is. Imagine if we had that guy here. He was returning all those kicks and punts and setting up all that good yardage for us, man. Could you imagine what that can do with a guy like Drew Brees when you give him a short field? You know, most of the time you probably ain't going to get there. But let's say the guy get up to the 30 to 35-yard line. That's still better. You know, let's say he get up to between the 35 and the 40 and put Brees right there with Jared Cook, Elvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Ted Gooden Jr., and the whole shebang bang. Devin Hester. There you go. Thank you, Larry. Imagine if we, the Saints, had Devin Hester down here during that time. Could you imagine what we could have done with Devin Hester family? Could you imagine with all those many kick returns and punt returns? That man broke records doing that. So don't tell me that the Saints can't do it. You got a guy like Josh Cribbs who was doing it with Cleveland for all those years. Yeah, Devin Hester tearing it up for for the Chicago Bears all those years. You mean to tell me we can't find a guy that can give us something like that, or at least half of that? And my mentality was it wasn't happening for us because at the time the Saints wasn't really focusing on that. But now that they got the defense together, they got the offense together. Only thing left to get is the special teams, and they've been really focusing. They got the kicker together to pair with the punter, and now we got a long snapper. We had a problem with the long snapper. We got Zach Wood. That really helped out, and they got a solid unit. And now we have to take care of the returners, kick returner and punt returner. Pay attention to that, sir and ma'am. So that's really big there. Quincy says, fans sleep on special teams. Ravens won the last Super Bowl all for special teams, 1 and 2 in the league that season. Man, thank you, Quincy. Thank you, brother. That was like putting a cherry on top of a beautiful-ass Sunday. That was well done, right on time. All right, family. You're right, hellacious defense. We got hellacious defense. If we can stay healthy, we can have a hellacious defense. But listen, family, the game is about to start. I don't want to keep y'all from it. Just remember that we'll be back after the game, maybe you'll see the time. We'll have an alert set or whatever. But the game is starting. Who that to the family, and I want to see you guys back in the chat post-game. We'll talk about it. All right, family? So thank y'all for listening to the pregame Sports Coma, Big Q, and for the family. And also, family, before y'all go, I want to give y'all a shot. Check out the merch. We're going to attach a link. We got merch coming out. We got the new Roger Goodell shirt out, chump shirt that we all talked about. That's in the new Roger Goodell chump shirt is available, family, on the merch channel. So I want y'all to check the link in the description section below after the show and support the Sports Coma. We got several shirt designs that's available now on our pro page, and I want y'all to check it out. So I'll see y'all after the game. Who that?